Hey, hello everybody, Vortielite here, and I'm making this recap video for the latest livestream of Fate Eternal Wait. I'm doing this because, well, as I mentioned in a community post, the video got blocked due to some copyright claims, and it's gonna be really hard to re-upload the video with segments of the audio modified, so we are just going to have to make do with a recap here. So apologies for that. These things happen when we select the music for the sessions. We're gonna be more careful to curate the selection so that this doesn't happen again in the future. But yeah, let's get to it. So we pick up right where we left off last time during the whole Knights of St. Lucius debacle at the church. Basically, we theorize that there's actually no phantasm in the form of a bounded field or a barrier of sorts that is preventing servants from entering or operating properly within that area. This actually also affects Ivan due to his maybe possible connections to dead apostles. Not much comes of this, since apparently there's a private mass being held that we're not allowed to attend to, but we are informed that within 2 hours someone called the Stormcaller will be around, and they appear to be a high-ranking member of the church that we'll be able to talk to. So for now, the party decides to leave this be for a time. A bit of a slight downtime period happens after that, during which the characters prepare for a heist, or at least the fake heist that we are going to do in order to buy some time for the Cascadas to continue their proper heist. Jay gets some costumes for the rest of the party, and Katya gets some black keys, the sanctified weapons of the church executors. She grabs some of these from the local church and then presents one of them, a special one, an ashlock as it's called, to Ivan in order to, get him ready. In fact, prior to the fake heist, during this conversation where Katya hands Ivan the ashlock, there's actually a bit of a heated and emotional moment between the two where, Ivan loses his cool and effectively goes off on Katya. Katya, taken aback by this, decides to take some time for introspection, but eventually does also hand over the ashlock to Ivan. Afterwards, the heist and fake heist go off. Jay, Leon, Marvin, and Cleos are doing the fake heist, but basically this goes south immediately. The people, the security guards, everyone realizes there's something off about this. Even the SWAT team that is being sent here realizes that there's something that's quite not right. However, thanks to Ryder summoning a pair of Sphinx, the party is actually able to escape, using them as a bit of a cover for the current Macy's Christmas parade, making them look like floats while they escape to a nearby area. Through a combination of misinformation being led to the authorities and some well-timed activities by the local mafiosos, the trio plus Cleos are able to actually get away. Over on the real heist, though, things are not going quite as clean as the Cascadas mafioso gang that are perpetuating the heist actually end up killing some of the local authorities during their getaway. One of the members, the one that they refer to as the Oriental, actually enters the bank on top of a sports car and handling it with a unusual amount of affinity, which leads everybody to right away speculate that this person is in fact a servant. They manage to escape the bank, but the authorities are hot on their trail. So through a series of well-placed gunshots, misinformation, some magecraft here and there, and of course the handling of the vehicles on behalf of both the possible rider servant for the Cascadas and Saver, who at this point had picked up Katya in a motorcycle, they are all able to get away safely, presumably. This ultimately culminates in everybody, including those who took part in the fake heist, making it all the way to the docks in order to properly get acquainted and have introductions made. Right as introductions were being made, however, something strange happens that nobody could have predicted. Everybody gets attacked by a flurry of flying weapons that seem to come out of nowhere. Upon looking up, everybody realizes that a particular servant, an archer-class servant, has appeared. Not only that, but this servant wastes no time to actually introduce himself as Gilgamesh, the King of Heroes. everybody's immediately taken aback, especially Ozymandias' rider, who actually, well, rushes at Gilgamesh in a very out-of-character moment for him. He gets immediately trapped by a series of chains, however, these chains being made to actually entrap people who have aspects of divinity, such as himself. After a brief conversation, it seems something's off about this Gilgamesh. Leon actually shoots a particularly powerful Gander shot at him and actually seems to take some significant damage, which usually wouldn't be the case for a servant of his caliber. So something's off and everybody realizes something's off, but before anybody can really act on it, Gilgamesh appears to disappear into the shadow of the night, being called upon by their master seemingly, but not before, well, Katya and Ivan are able to actually notice that something strange is happening with the flow of mana that is being directed towards this figure who claims to be Gilgamesh. After Gilgamesh is gone, however, the party turns to the rest of the people and a conversation ensues where in no uncertain terms there's a temporary, very fragile alliance being formed here. The details of which will be more or less ironed out once everybody gets to a safer location. So everybody hops on the sports car, whatever space had left, and they rush off to another destination. However, right as this happens, Katya and Saber have a bit of a conversation where Saber reveals that she actually knows Gilgamesh and has memories from the previous Holy Grail War, where apparently they were allies to some extent. With this bombshell being dropped and a lot of more questions than answers, that kind of brings us to the end of the session. So yeah, that's kind of what happened during this session of Fate Eternal Wait. Again, apologies for those who may have wanted to actually see the VOD or the live stream, but well, not a lot I can do with the copyright other than just be more careful from now on. And with that, that'll be me, Vortielite, signing out from this recap.